Floridians know the cost of hurricane destruction. Last season, we got lucky. But luck doesn't protect your home. Fortunately, StormSmart has dependable custom hurricane protection products. Hurricane screens, accordion shutters, aluminum roll-down shutters, flood mitigation systems. Because protected beats lucky every time. Be safe, be smart, be StormSmart.
Streaming from the Tampa Bay 28 Weather Center in Studio A, this is Dennis Phillips Live. Brought to you by StormSmart. Protect every opening of your home.
How you doing, everybody? Thursday evening. Welcome, DPL family. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. We are not on the spot tonight, so I will not have to worry about using our commercial button to hit the brakes, so you guys do not have to remind me to hit the brakes. I was messing around with some stuff on the computer. I've got a way. Let me show you this. So we're just going to do this. We're going to get into weather in a minute, but this is trial and error stuff. So there is a way to, by the way, my comments are still not scrolling on my computer, but they are scrolling on my phone, so it is working. But I want to show you something. This is kind of cool. So I don't know how to work it yet, and it's probably going to mess things up, but I'm going to do it anyway. So watch this. So I can go on to my computer here, and I can take a comment, right? And I can highlight it, like I'm about to do here, and then I can add it to a something, right? So let's add it, and then it shows up. So watch this. Hey, it worked. So look at that. So there is a comment here where raining good somewhere in Dunedin, it looks like. So that's kind of cool. Now, now my question is, how do I make that go away? So let me see. So if I go in and I take this, does that make it go away? It does not. So what I have to do is I have to delete this layer and then take it. And it went away. Oh, that's kind of cool. That was kind of cool. All right, let's try one more time. One more time and see if because it's a lot of buttons to press, and I'm sure there's probably an easier way to do it. But let's say I'm like, blah, 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 all right, we're talking about something, and we go on a comments here. And let's just do this one that says, hi, Dennis. This is from Maria. So I'll be talking. How am I going to do this while I'm talking? That's going to be the challenge. Yeah, that's going to be really, really difficult. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Let me try something else, because that one didn't even work. Create title, go, add. Why did it not work? It should have worked. Never mind. I'll be there in just a second, guys. See, this should have. Is there a comment on there? No, I don't see one. So wonder why that one did not work. See, Steven, our techie guy, just showed me this a couple of minutes ago. He's like, hey, you know what? You can do this. And I'm like, all right. Well, that's awesome. So, but now I have to try it. And now that I'm trying it, I'm going to add this. Okay. It's not showing up. as a layer. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Wait a minute. What? So go ahead, click on that, and then do this. And there it is. Ooh, okay. And so let me do a different one. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. Look. Zoop. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so I guess I leave those comments up there if I want to. And then, wait a minute, stand by. I promise you we'll get to weather eventually. I've got a new toy. You know, when you got a new toy, you got to play with the toy. Here's one. Let me try this one. So Gayla says it's raining in Largo. So I got that. So add that. All right. And I have to put this up here so I can access it. See, I've got to find a place where it's going to fit. So that should go there. And then take it. Yeah, see, that's the only problem about it. It's a little trick. Ooh, my, what happened there? It's a little tricky. Oh, boy. Whatever. All right, we'll get to I'll mess around with it later. But it is kind of cool. All right, so let's get that off of there. And boom, it's gone. All right, so that worked. That worked pretty good. All right, so we are getting some rain out there, aren't we? Let's go ahead and take a live look at radar. No, let's do some hellos first. Let's do some. Still no scrolling, so I'll get some hellos on my phone. Oh, and now Lindsay just showed up too. So we have our guest coming in from Polk County, who we'll get to in just a minute. First, we're gonna do radar. So let's do some hellos. Amber in Michigan, how you doing, Amber? Yeah, see, I don't know why Facebook is not scrolling on my computer. It is scrolling on my phone. And people are texting me now too. Wait a minute, what's going on? Oh, that's my son. He's like, Dad, I need some money. Nice shocker there. All right, Christine in Tampa, no rain, but you hear the thunder. Let's go ahead and do. You hear the thunder. That's a song, I think. All right, Imagine Dragons, I think. All right, so there's a look at the drought numbers, and they are every bit as droughty as they've been before. Matter of fact, they are more droughty. We're looking at extreme drought across a good portion of the area, and even with the rain that we got going on out there right now, it's probably not going to change much. But let's go ahead and take a live look here. We're going to take a live look at radar because we actually, for a change, have some real weather to talk about, and that is truly unusual. So there's a close-up right there. So I am getting, in my house, we are getting a lot of rain right now. So I must have been making some good life choices. And I say this again, if you're not getting rain, I'm just saying you might want to question your life choices because that's probably what it all boils down to. All right, so Holiday getting some rain. The Ancla River area, Tarpon Springs getting rain, down to Innisbrook and Palm Harbor, East Lake Woodlands, Landsbrook, all picking up some rain and some lightning as well. How many lightning strikes in this general area? That would be 55. As Sammy Hagar once said, he can't drive 55, but we've had 55 lightning strikes in the last 10 minutes in that area. All right, so then we scroll down to Clearwater, and we're still looking at some rain. Rain in Largo, rain in Shore Acres. Polk County not getting any rain right now. So western Manatee County picking up some rain, Siesta Key over to Sarasota, and then some rain back to Arcadia. So heaviest rain is right there from southwestern Pasco through central Pinellas County, all right? So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. We are going to go back to radar and Futurecast and whatnot, but we have a guest. So let's go ahead and bring our guest in, and then I won't make her wait on the Zoom line because that would be rude, especially since she probably has many things to do preparing for the Polk County Blueberry Fest. So we've got Lindsay Venrick in the house. Lindsay, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. So we were talking a couple minutes ago. This is the first annual Blueberry Festival, is that right?
Yes, it will be an annual event, and this is the first time we are doing it. It's the Polk County Blueberry Festival.
Okay, so that is going next weekend, not this weekend, right?
Yes, it's next Saturday, April 11th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Now, we've got some video, but this video is of the Citrus Festival, but you're telling me that it's going to be kind of similar, except we're talking blueberries instead of citrus.
Exactly. We did the Citrus Festival in January. If you came to that in Winter Haven, you're familiar with that. It was a agricultural celebration, and now we're honoring another huge Central Florida crop, blueberries. So we'll have a lot of the same things. You'll be able to meet groves or farmers. You'll be able to enjoy live entertainment, enjoy some blueberry specialty items, and more.
Now, I got a question, and I'm sure that, and we're looking at all these pictures here. There's lots of food. There's some dogs. It's pet friendly.
Yes, it is pet friendly. There are some inside portions that unfortunately dogs aren't allowed into, but majority of the festival is outdoors.
Okay, looks like we got a bounce house right here. We got some axe throwing, which is always a plus with children around. We've got some artwork here as well, and looks like we've got well, that goes back to the beginning. So, my question to you is, how did the freeze impact the blueberry crop? Because I mean, you had to figure there was some kind of an impact in some way, shape, or form.
It was scary, and the farms were definitely impacted, but we heard from most of them that the plants bounced back incredibly fast. It showed that initial shock, but they did all come back pretty quickly. And the farms that are going to be with us at the festival, they'll have crops and stuff to share, so you'll be able to sample it and see how the blueberries are doing.
Now, Lindsay, Debbie just said she loves blueberry daiquiris. So will there be any blueberry daiquiris, or is this alcohol-free?
No daiquiris, but we do have blueberry beer and wines from Island Groves, from Keel and Curly, from different wineries around Central Florida.
Deb's asking about service dogs. Are they allowed?
Yes, they are allowed, and they are allowed indoors as well.
Okay. Now, what about the cost? I mean, is there admission? What about all of that?
It's totally free to enter. Of course, we will have vendors there with their themed items, and you would pay for those. There is a $10 blueberry pancake breakfast to kick off the day, and that benefits Restaurants Against Hunger, a local charity organization. But most of the festival, the family zone, the live entertainment, blueberry bingo all day, the pie eating contest, all of that is totally free to participate in.
Ooh, see, now I'm a massive blueberry fan. Matter of fact, blueberries are probably my favorite berry. Now, Publix used to do a pie that was a blueberry cherry pie, which was my absolute favorite, and then they stopped doing it, and I was pretty much devastated. But I'm assuming fresh blueberry pie, that's got to be some amazing eating right there.
Yes, it's going to be delicious. One of the downtown Auburndale restaurants is actually providing the pies, Maria Petit. So you can try some of her pies if you are willing to eat it hands-free on the Polk County Blueberry Festival stage.
Oh, so you got to commit.
Yes,
you got to stick your face first right in that thing. So, all right, so this is the first year that y'all have done it. So kind of how did that get going? I mean, how did you come up with, Blueberry Fest?
We actually partner with Visit Central Florida. They are looking for more ways to shine the light on everything happening in Central Florida. Agricultural is huge here, so we just want to celebrate it. So we thought together, how can we make the most of blueberries and bring everybody together to celebrate this?
So we talked about this as well. I'm very familiar with Auburndale for a number of reasons, but one of which is because my daughter, when she played travel ball, there were so many tournaments in Auburndale, and we would get the short straw, and we would be there at 7 a.m., and that's about an hour and a half, 2-hour drive from where we live, which is right up in northwestern Pinellas County. So tell folks exactly how they can find out where. Is there a website where they can find out all the details?
Yes, PolkCountyBlueberryFestival.com. It has all the information, full schedule of the events, everything going on for the day. You can pre-purchase your tickets to the pancake breakfast. You can sign up for the pie eating contest and some other competitions that we'll have going on that day. Everything's at PolkCountyBlueberryFestival.com.
And that is next Saturday.
Next Saturday, April 11th.
All right, perfect. David wants to know, do you have blueberry muffins?
I am sure. We have over 80 vendors, so I am sure that somebody will have blueberry muffins.
That's my favorite. Blueberry muffins are my favorite. And now I put butter. In my blueberry muffins, when I take them out of the oven, I always put butter on. Now, is that a weird thing? I don't know. People
are like, on anything. It's fine.
Lindsay's like, it's fine, Dennis. It's okay. If you want to eat weird blueberry muffins, feel free. All right. Well, it sounds like a blast. Again, I'm a massive blueberry fan, so it's next Saturday. Check out the website. Again, the website one more time is
PolkCountyBlueberryFestival.com.
All right, Lindsay, thank you very much. Good luck in the inaugural Blueberry Festival for Polk County, and let's hope it's a huge success.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So I'm not going to lie, I love blueberries. I'm serious. I'm a huge, and I was, so some people were devastated when Publix stopped making hurricane cakes, and that was a thing. And y'all know that was a thing, that people were pretty upset about that. For me, I was upset when they stopped making the blueberry cherry pie because it was so good, like so amazingly good. I was going to try to do that whole comment thing again. All right, we'll get back to weather in just a second, but I could only try this while we were doing this live on TV. So that's why we have to experiment with this now. So let's see. We're gonna see what, okay, so let's say, someone just made, okay, here we go, this is perfect. Someone just made a comment. I have to put this out of the way here so I can, the problem is this thing on the screen is so big that it makes it really hard for me to get everything done. Let me make it, no, I can't make it smaller that way. Because Gayla puts butter on her blueberries as well. So let me see, so I hit this, hit here, hit add, should show up right there on the layer. And let me take it and see if it works. Yep, there you go, it did work. So I will get this down. But this is kind of a cool little feature because, and I would probably want to move it. Oh yeah, here we go, this is even better. Let me move it over to another part on the screen. Like maybe right here. All right, let's try this, see if this works better. Yeah, see? It's more to the right, more centrally located. I kind of like, Celeste, it wasn't a hurricane pie, it was a hurricane cake. And that's kind of why they did it. You know, and it was a thing. So we were having our share of hurricanes, and I think the premise from Publix was, this was a thing. I mean, this was Florida Memes, or one of the memes Facebook pages, which has like 1 million followers or something, was all in on trying to get Publix to bring back hurricane cakes. And all they were was a cake with a design of a hurricane on the top, and sometimes it would have the name of the storm that was out there. And I think Publix's response was, look, you know, it's a serious situation. We don't want to make light of it. I get that. And then the other side of the coin was, look, we're Floridians. This is how we roll. We want to have hurricane parties, and we want to have hurricane cakes if there's hurricane parties going on. And that was that side. So you had both sides. And there were some local bakers that got in on the act and like, all right, well, Publix is going to make them. We're going to make them. We're going to make them available. And this was a thing. I mean, it was a kind of a controversy, if you can believe it. So anyway, all right, so this worked. So let's say that, gosh, there's a lot of buttons to press. I'm already pushing buttons left and right, but it did work. So, and then, you know, someone else just commented. So the problem is I have to hit these buttons while I'm talking and while I'm trying to be on TV, and that's the challenge with this, because I can do it. I mean, I'm kind of doing it right here as we talk, but it can't be that abrupt. So there it is. That one would have showed up, and then I would just take this graphic, and it should. Did I hit create this shot? Wait a minute. Now I'm kind of curious about it. Boom, boom, and then take it. Yeah, see, it's gonna require a little bit of tweaking for me to be able. I'm not sure that I can do a show while creating these graphics. It might just be more than I'm able to do. It just might be. But I can get rid of them easily. Let's go back to radar real quick and see what else is going on. My daughter just texted me too. Debbie loves blueberry cobbler. David says they make blueberry ice cream. I think you are right. And yeah, we've got lots of folks from all over. And my daughter is texting me because all my kids are coming to visit this weekend. That is a massive, exciting thing for me because I've got kids in Denver, I've got kids in New Orleans. I've got kids in Tampa. I've got kids all over the place. They're all coming home this weekend. So I am besides myself with excitement. All right, there's a look at the radar. Oh, now let's take a closer look at the radar, because the rain in Pasco is now extending north to Newport Richey. So it was Holiday through Elfers, back to Newport Richey. Watch the last 15 minutes here. So we'll kind of show you how this developed. And here it is. See how that's kind of drifting off to the northwest? So there that is. Still looking at some rain, just beginning to wind down in my neighborhood, but it's headed north. So Tarpon Springs, Trinity, you're right on the fringe of it. Holiday, Newport Richey. Eventually, this is going to move into Port Richey as well. Jasmine Estates. I mean, you can look at this, pretty much see where it's moving. So Bayonet Point, you're going to be right on the fringe of it. And now we're right around Carrollwood. We've got some more rain that's just popped up over the last 10, 15 minutes. So yeah, we're definitely beginning to see a little bit more. And we'll look at Futurecast in a second. And not to mention Hardy, DeSoto, Eastern Manatee County picking up some rain as well. Lightning, I mean, there's been some lightning strikes here. Let's check this out right now. So 85 lightning strikes in this area over the last 15 minutes. Always our concern this time of the year with this sort of thing is when you get bolts from the blue, lightning outside of where it's actually raining. And when that happens, that can very, very common for lightning strikes to create additional brush fires. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at Futurecast here. See where things are going over the next couple of hours. So 7:30 to 8, still looking at more rain developing, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, still some lingering showers, even up until midnight. And then it begins to wind down. But boy, the models are even keeping it, these high-resolution in-house models are keeping showers potentially developing all the way through tomorrow morning, which is pretty rare that we're going to get this kind of rain lingering through the overnight. I have my doubts. But that's tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, and then sunny. Now you notice around maybe 2 or 3 o'clock, right around the bay, that can often happen. We still could see a few showers tomorrow. Not as many as we had today, though. And then 6 o'clock, they move west. All right. And then Saturday, mostly dry. Easter Sunday, I do think we may see a few showers, but it would probably be south of I-4. All right, there is the cold front. We got a cold front that's coming in early next week. We will look at that in a second, see where the 540 line is. But there's your cold front with a high temperature on Tuesday in the low to middle 70s. How about that? And then Monday into Tuesday is when that front comes through with a few showers. And we're going to see a cool down. So, scattered showers this evening. The computers are actually backing off quite a bit compared to what Futurecast was showing. The beach tomorrow, I think it's going to be a nice day at the beach. We'll go partly cloudy. Highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. And there's a look at the 7-day. Rain chances 30% tomorrow, 10% Saturday. Easter Sunday, 30%, mostly south of I-4. Monday, late in the day. Tuesday will be the best chance of rain at 60%. And turning quite a bit cooler behind it. Now, what about, let's look at what the models are showing. So here's the euro, and if we go back, let's look at the current, here we go. So this is current. That's the rain pushing through. And then Friday morning, 8 o'clock, it's gone. Afternoon, gone. This is 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Maybe some showers, northern sections of the state. And maybe even in Citrus as well. Saturday, 8 a.m. Saturday, 2 p.m. Saturday, 8 p.m. Mostly dry. Easter Sunday, 8 a.m. on Easter. Clear skies, maybe a few showers, east to west movement. Mostly south of I-4. That's 8 o'clock on Easter Sunday. So for the Easter egg hunts and the Easter parade and wearing your Easter bonnet, you'll be fine in the morning. But late afternoon, early evening, there will be some showers. All right, Monday morning, 8 o'clock, there comes the front. 2 p.m. on Monday, there comes the front. Monday night, 8 p.m., Monday night, 8 p.m., front moves through with some showers and slows down a little bit, actually redevelops some moisture right through the day on Tuesday, a little bit of overrunning, I think. And then it moves south and we cool off briefly. Then that front just kind of hangs down there. Now that is something that the Euro has been showing for a little bit, right? We've talked about this. What happened to the maps? I did not call it up. All right, let's call the Euro back up. Euro, okay, 16 days out. Let's see if it's still doing it, and we'll call up the GFS too. Euro and GFS. Okay, so here's the Euro. So where is their 540 line? Way up north, Wisconsin, Minnesota. There's Saturday night. There's Sunday morning, Easter morning. There's the front. Easter evening, 8 p.m., a few showers south of I-4. Notice when the front gets closer on Monday, see it over our area? And it kind of slows down, as it often would this time of the year. It does make it into South Florida, though, slowly. This is Tuesday evening. Then let's see if it tries to develop a little low along it. It is not. It is no longer doing that. But look at that high building in. See that high pressure building in? That is next weekend with more heat and kind of forcing those fronts around our area. So they're not really making it through. GFS, here's Monday, here's Tuesday, here's Wednesday, Thursday. Now the GFS is developing a low down there. The Euro was doing it the last couple of days. Now the GFS is doing it. Look at that. Kind of funny. So, and that's what happens. You get a stalled out front, right? You get a stalled out front, little piece of energy rides along that front, and occasionally it will develop into a low. So that is kind of what the GFS is showing. But the bottom line is, the way I look at it, I think those chances are extremely low. Right, so, I am not able to see your comments on Facebook. For whatever reason, it is not scrolling on the computer. That is a Facebook glitch. Absolutely a Facebook glitch. Yeah, Sean, I mean, it's not a GFS at Kane, but it's a GFS low. It is. Yeah, Sean's like, there it is. So nothing in Brandon. Let's take one more look at radar. We're only on streaming for another minute and a half. And I'm meeting two of my sons for dinner tonight, which is exciting. So my daughter's coming home from Denver. My son and his wife are coming in from New Orleans. And I'm meeting my other two sons for dinner. So I'm living large. I'm actually having a good old time tonight. We're going to have some dinner. Jason's watching from Cloverport, Kentucky. How you doing, Jason? This is kind of weird, though. I still wish I knew why it's not scrolling on the computer. And of course, the IT guys came in. Oh, we'll clear the cache. I'm like, guys, it is not our computer. Trust me, because I did it on two different computers, and it did it for both. And people at home are saying the same thing. Oh, well, we'll do it anyway. I'm like, all right, okay. So there's a look at the rain. Carrollwood, up toward Lutz, is just developing over the last half hour or so. See it? And I do think it's going to continue a little bit. So there you have it. I will be back tomorrow. I am working tomorrow, so we will be back tomorrow night. I'm going to stick around on Facebook for a few minutes more. Streamers, thanks for watching. Remember, Polk County Blueberry Festival next Saturday. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow on DPL. Okay, streamers are gone. Yeah, Abby says the same thing. It's not scrolling. Now, David's saying it's not scrolling from malware. I don't think so, David. I don't think so. It's possible. But I don't think so because 2 different computers, both of them did the same thing. So we didn't get malware on both of those computers. So I don't think so, David. Let me scroll through to see anybody else. But on my phone, it works. It always works. See, I thought it might just be a setting. I thought it might have been a setting on my on the computer that I set. I mean, that, you know, that is a possibility, but I don't see it anywhere. I don't see any setting where it says to scroll. Now, there is one. Now, wait a minute. Wait. There is a setting somewhere for show comments real time. I remember that, but I don't remember where that is. Oh, that's on playback. Yeah, that's on playback. Because it does allow, see, I'm on live chat right now, so it should stream. And it's not, so. Yeah, can't find it. All right, anyway. So there it is, guys. Scattered showers this evening, nothing severe, a little bit of lightning. Tomorrow, less coverage, but I still think there will be some showers along the coast between around 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Saturday, pretty much dry and very warm, up near 90. Easter Sunday, good in the morning, maybe a few showers in the afternoon, and then later on in the day, we will see. Thank you, Jason, I appreciate it. We will see that front come through and cool us off quite a bit. In fact, here, I'll show you the 7-day one more time. And here it is. Michael says to ask ChatGPT. That's not a bad idea. Scrolling speed control. Where is that, David? But it's not scrolling at all. And when I hit refresh, all the comments do come up. So I really, really think it's a Facebook thing because it's not showing up on both computers. And that's the thing, so it doesn't make sense. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna go have dinner with my sons. You guys have a great night. We will update radar as well on social. If there's any storms that get a little feisty, I'll let you know, but I don't expect it. Just some decent rain across part of the area. That's the best news out of this. Have a good night, and we will see you on tomorrow night's edition of Dennis Phillips Live. And tomorrow night, we will be on TV. The Bolts are playing the Penguins right now. I've not even updated that. They are live on the spot, so you always want to, tune on Channel 17 on Spectrum, 23 on Frontier. Watch the spot because the Bolts are on, and last I saw it was 1-1, but that was quite a while ago. I actually have not been looking very closely. 2-1 Pens after 1. 2-1 Pens after 1. Yep, there it is. You guys have a good night. We'll see you on tomorrow night's edition of Dennis Phillips Live. See you guys.